am joined by Maggie Baratto, who is the director of Beauty for Ashes Transformation House, which is a safe house for women exiting human trafficking, sex trade, and addiction. Maggie, thank you for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Katrina.
We're happy to have you. So let's start with the women who are coming to this safe house. What state are they in, both physically and emotionally?
The women who come to our safe house, I always say it like this: they're not just having a bad day. These women are in crisis, like for real, in crisis. Some of the women come right off the street, and they show up. Some of them have broken bones, some of them have not had medical treatment in a while. Some of them come with no identification. Some will come from recent drug overdoses from hospitals, intensive care units, or they'll come from recent suicide attempts. So these women are very broken. Their bodies, for a lot of them, are broken, and a lot of them, their hearts are broken. Emotionally, they're a mess. Some of them are paranoid, a lot of fear. They've experienced a lot of rejection and trauma. So I remember one woman came, and as we were actually in taking her to the house, I had to call 911 and have an ambulance come because she became unconscious because she had not had medical care. And I was told by the doctor told her later, if she had not come to the hospital, she probably would have died
Mm.
because her liver was in such bad shape. So a lot of the women are addicted to
Mm-hmm.
drugs. Not all, but a lot of them are, and in various states of crisis. So
Mm.
yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah. You have a whole team of women who are working in this safe house with you and walking alongside these women as
Men,
they,
men and women,
men
both.
and women,
Yes.
walking alongside these women on a road to healing. What does that journey look like?
Wow. So we have a whole professional staff that works with us. Like we have a medical doctor who comes right to the safe house. There's a medical clinic set up there, so they come right to the safe house. Sorry, I just have something on my screen I want to get rid of.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so we have a medical doctor who comes right to the safe house, and we've set up a medical clinic so they can work with the women directly. We have a psychotherapist who comes once a week to work with the women for an hour, sessions, and then we have an intensive care team who does inner healing ministry. We have aquafit, and we have equine therapy. So there's a range of professional services that we offer by people who are trained and credentialed, and then we also have a whole therapeutic programming. And that's like, our aquafit program, fitness and or cooking classes, or they can have knitting classes or work with the animals that are on the property. So a lot of our team is there therapeutically to set a routine in the house, and cook with the ladies and eat with them. And we have certain routines that we set up to normalize, make it like a really family type atmosphere. They'll watch movies at night, and do play a lot of board games even, and just have
Mm.
fun, splash around in the pool. And some of that is just like for these women to learn how to just relax and learn how to just be in an environment where they can listen to, wholesome music, watch good movies, and play games, and just really get in touch with, who they are, and just learn how to be valued, and learn how to be in healthy relationships.
Hmm.
So it's a
So,
whole wide range that
mhm.
we offer, and really want to minister to their spirit, and we have Bible studies that we offer through that, as well as our inner healing. So spiritual, soul, and body, we
Hmm.
minister to all areas of the person.
Hmm. So you're talking about these women who are coming to you are just so broken.
Yeah.
What kind of conversations do you need to have with them to bring them to a place where they can look in the mirror and say, "I am worthy"?
Right, right. So I think, through setting of routines, and really helping set healthy boundaries, setting healthy boundaries in their own lives, but also setting boundaries on some of their thoughts. Because a lot of the women we see, they don't think very highly of themselves. They're very critical of themselves. We've noticed they've experienced a lot of rejection. They've had a lot of things said and done to them, traumatic, and so they believed a lot of lies about themselves. And so it's just gently redirecting them, when they're putting themselves down, and not coming into an agreement with that, and simple things like cooking alongside them and asking them what kind of foods they like and what's their favorite color, like very simple things that really pull out the real person who they are. Because we've noticed, the way they feel about themselves, the way they think about themselves, that's really the key of how they're thinking. That's the key to changing a lot of how they're going to feel, how they're going to establish healthy relationships. So
Mm,
through a lot of the therapy, the inner healing, they learn a lot of that, and a lot of that's an inside job, and we provide that unconditional love and value, but we see God working behind the scenes, and as they start that journey of healing, they start to realize they are lovable, they are significant, they are uniquely designed, right? So,
mm,
yeah.
That's really beautiful. Um,
Mhm.
it's great the care that they're getting in this house with you. When they leave this safe house and enter into community, what do these women need from community?
Right. So we actually at Bath we stabilize the women so that they can go into maybe a second stage housing because they need longer term. They need what they learn at Bath. They need a place where that can be reinforced and
Hmm.
really walked out because they might receive a lot of freedom in this little bubble that we create for them. But then we want them to be able to walk it out. So we actually started a second stage program that's 2 years, and there's a lot of other great programs out there because we're finding that to walk out that freedom is a reinforcement over and over that they are significant, they are valuable. Learning those practical, healthy boundaries of how to have healthy relationships. We had one gal ask us, can ask one of our staff, can you teach me how to be a friend? you know
Hmm.
so there's a lot of insecurity, there's been a lot of rejection, so having people around them that can come alongside them long term, learning how to budget their money, learning. We had one girl who'd never had her own bank account in her life, and she's in her late 20s, opening a bank account, shopping for groceries, cooking for themselves, having nice things in their home, and looking at dreaming about having an education or getting a job. That's a whole new concept for a lot of these girls because they've been in survival mode so long. They need that that community to come alongside and really reinforce the freedoms that they're walking in, and shoulder up alongside them, so to speak, and just help them along and be there for them when they're having bad days and just continue to encourage them.
Hmm. Maggie, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for the work that you are doing.
Oh, you're welcome. I always love to share about Bath and what God is doing there, so thank you for the opportunity.